Let's pick up our knitting from where we left off in the previous video. We finished this fold-over flap with colorwork. We did the scalloped edge with the eyelet row, and then we turned our work inside out and we did one purl row. Now, here is the part we knit today. We set up the pattern of 2-2 rib for our stretchy, nice way to hug the leg with the sock so they don't come down while you're walking. And we go from here to the start of the heel flap. That will be our goal before you're ready for the next video after this one. All right, now when we left off, this is what we had. If you look at your work, you will notice the knitting is going wrong way. What we need to do is we need to flip this. So don't put your needles inside out, just flip your work. And now you will be ready to go the right way. So first, like in the previous video, you pushed your needles the other direction and then you just flip out your knitting. You pull all the tails down and you're ready. And now you do 2 knit, 2 purl all the way around. You establish your pattern. The good thing about this pattern is even if the turning inside out doesn't work for whatever reason, it's a beginner's pattern. So even if it doesn't work, it will be okay because this rib pattern looks exactly the same on both sides. So while I did show you, and I do hope you will practice turning your work inside out, if it doesn't work, you don't have to stress out about it. You can just keep working and it will be fine. But you will need to make sure that it's turned the right way when you get to the heel flap. We will address that in the following video. Right now, I'm going 1 time around, 2 knit, 2 purl. This is the round in which I established that pattern. When you knit and hook, sometimes you do a few more than you need to, so you may need to come back and undo some stitches and redo them. So just pay attention to your pattern. You might wonder, why did we do that purl row? That purl row will help the form of our work. So here you see I made a mistake here. So I want to show you how to undo that. You will take your needle, your left hand needle, and you will put it back into the loop of the stitch before and pull there, and you will undo the stitches to work your way back in this way. And now you go again and do it correctly. At this point, you have 40 stitches, 10 on each needle, and you are working the first row of your 2-2 rib pattern, which we will carry on all the way to the heel flap. And in the next video, we will work on the heel flap using the colorwork pattern. Okay, how many rows of this rib pattern to do? This you're going to get to decide on your own. You will take a tape measure and you will measure from your top of the heel to how far up you want your sock to go. So my measurement here I want to show you both centimeters and inches. My measurement here was 4.5 inches, 11.5 centimeters. Now, I need to subtract this gray from the full measurement. So when I measure without that, I have 10.5 centimeters, 4 inches and 1/4. Let's see here. That is 1 centimeter that I'm subtracting from, not the whole gray, but from the bottom of this eyelet that will be on that side of the sock. Okay, so you will measure how deep you want your sock to be, and then you're going to subtract 1 centimeter, or approximately 1/4 inch. That is the length you are going to knit before you get to the heel flap. If you want the same size that I have, we can count the rows. Remember, in the past videos from a different project, we learned how to count rows. If you're counting on the knit side, you can count the little V's. And you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to move over to above the heel. It's going to be easier to know where to stop because you will clearly see the beginning of the heel flap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. The 28 one is already the beginning of the heel flap. So if you want the same size, if you're using the same yarn and the same needles I'm using, this will be 27 rows. I've done 1. I'm going to start the second one. Keep that 2-2 rib and keep going. When you finish 27 rows in this 2-2 pattern, you will be ready to go to the next video, which will take you through the color work, pattern reading, and knitting of the heel flap with the yellow rose on it. I hope you're going to enjoy this relaxing portion of this project. Maybe you will want at this point to grab a second set of needles and go back to the beginning, cast on, and knit the cuff and the depth of the sock for your second sock slipper, and prepare both of them for the heel flap before you go to the next video and work on the heel flap. Some people don't like to do 2 socks at the same time, and some people do like to have both of them going at the same time. If you are a beginner and are still getting used to it, it is really good to work on 2 of them side by side, because it will really help you remember and understand what is happening at which point in the project. I hope you're enjoying this project. I would love to know in the comments what color combinations you've been choosing for this pair of sock slippers, and any questions you might have if you're running into problems while working. And of course, if you're experienced and you have a different approach to any part of this, please go ahead and customize and adjust and feel creative and free to use the skills and the strategies that you find come most easily and most smoothly to your hands and your fingers from your own experience. Remember to share with your friends who like to knit socks, subscribe, share a comment, and return later when you're ready for the next video to work on the heel flap.